Evening, this is Christopher Howard here. I had the intention I was going to do start doing fireside chats where I would do kind of almost like a nightly post, and then I was going to do a longer post maybe once a week. So I'm going to try to start and do these shorts and these little 3 minute shorts, but it's gotten a little late in the year. We've got Trump now on as a new president. And if you knew Donald Trump like I knew Donald Trump, you know why I'm concerned about the office of the presidency, or the office of the presidency, pardon me. Well, I think he's an excellent businessman, and he's been a success at everything he's done. There's some things that I know, there were some darker days in our country, and we kind of had him lead us up into the pandemic. And while I don't want to see a repeat of that, so I thought after he was elected president that I would take, instead of an alarmist tag, I would take a positive tag. And I've since come to admire somebody that's come from his backgrounds. I mean, he doesn't come from the humble backgrounds of many of us, but he has taken the money that was given him when he started, and through whatever means he used, he became a success. And so this is the president that we have now, in which we can deal with. It's partnered with tech king Elon Musk, aka Meanie to Christopher. What reason he decided to become an individual that would become some reason at odds with me, I have no idea. But I'm really and was flattered at all the attention he was giving me quite a while ago. At any rate, but between the two of them, I think that they could bring great change to our country, and good change. I've talked about things like going after, looking different ideas in which we could do to improve the budget. Things like going after the HUD housing program, which itself is just it's a way you're taking somebody's social entitlement, and in many cases they give grants to these developers, and they submit a grant to the housing urban development thing. They get a grant. They don't even have to take a loan out in some cases in some of these projects to build the project, so it's money they don't have to pay back. In the cases where they do have to pay it back, ran the numbers out, and it looks like it's anywhere from 6 to 11 years if you look at the cost of the what they're borrowing, what they borrow at, and then what they're getting back through somebody else's social entitlement. So it would be between 6 and 11 years. And I proposed, why not take that money and give the people instead like a mortgage book, take a risk on the people that are using the HUD housing, and allow them to have their own units and us pay a mortgage for them, so they're owners and then they're taxpayers, and we can keep them on the tax rolls in perpetuity, instead of having them be individuals that are just getting a social entitlement. We could make them, part of our, begin to start to recognize the contribution of many of these minority communities that have contributed to our country, and you start beginning to get them on economic parity with us. But I then use that for to reinvest in the community. If I had some ideas about doing things like paying some students, inner city youths whose families are on like the rolls, to maybe look at, say, who's getting food stamps or other social entitlements, and allow those families and their children to pay them to actually stay in high school, so they're not in the revolving door of the criminal justice system, and pay them like real money. Like a freshman, you pay $100 a week, sophomores $200, $300 to juniors, and $400 to seniors. But pay them real money to stay in school, so they don't have to be out on the block, earning money. Many of them come from families with very, very difficult means to put food on the table. And so for them to put, I remember my mother as a teacher, she used to have to struggle to get pencils and the right kind of supplies for some of the children that were in her class, to make sure they ensured that they have it. So, but that's an idea really that we should take a look at, investing in these children. And then like if Trump would be willing to do something like that, between that and tackling the HUD housing and just making the HUD housing really housing in urban development, so the individual is the one that is the winner. I mean, too many times, like the mayor here in New York City had to give a like 174 or $190 million tax credit to fix the units up, and the guy's got like 10,000 units that he owns, and he's getting paid by the Treasury, through other people's social entitlements, and he's not even within his contractual deliverables and has having to get tax breaks in order to fix the units up. So when people are abusing the system like that badly, I just go in and take the units from them and put them, give them back to the people, and that's what we should be doing from the beginning, from the beginning of that program. The fact we're letting just a few developers profit so handsomely from the program and not let the individual own the units. Why not? We're making the payment anyways. It just doesn't seem to make very much sense to me. But I had that, and then I've got some other really sharp ideas, keen ideas about how to improve the budget to flush all the waste and criminal activity and bribery and things down the line. In fact, our country pays 10 times more than what they pay in like Europe, and a European country pays but 10 times less for their pharmaceuticals than we pay through Medicare and Medicaid and the major insurance companies. Why? Why do we have to go to Canada? Why do we have to go to Mexico? Well, there should be laws against it, and we shouldn't be paying those dollars. I mean, between that, the HUD waste, and a couple other things that I was looking at, I don't know, $40,000 toilet seats, I guess they're paying for some airplane and the military. And just the over waste and spending and special programs that our country allows. Because it's just become a country of nobody's going to want to tell on anybody because everyone's been involved in this one graft, and once they get up there, for some reason in Washington, even the good ones like AOC, I don't know whether I don't think they get bribed out of business. I think maybe they even in these dark days they get threatened out of existence. But they can be much brighter days. These are the good days. God is with us, and He always shall be with us. We're a country, one nation under God, and I think we need to begin following, more of Leviticus type rules in our meting out of justice to people. And public officials, just beware. But if you're one that's taking bribes, but those if you haven't been involved or you didn't want to be involved and you were threatened and did things under duress, then God bless you. Get on the side of goodness and decency. And if you ever see my name on a ticket to run, make sure you vote for it. That's Christopher Howard. By the time I get a ticket, it'll be Chris for Howard C. Howard Smith Samuels. God bless you and have a wonderful evening.